We're back with some more Rangers transfer news, and there's quite a lot to get stuck into. Of course, it's not just transfer news, it's all sorts of news, right? And this first article I thought was interesting because Rangers, Ben Davies could be ditched for Leon King. Michael Beale could have a big decision to make into next season. And you know what? You know what? I would absolutely agree with this because Ben Davies, right, when he's looked alright this season, it's been next to Connor Goldson. Leon King, right? I think he got thrown under the bus a bit. Was he the worst defender in that period where like Goldson was injured and we had defensive issues and Davies and him and Sands were all being flung in the centre back, right? Was Leon King truly the worst? I think all three of them were just as bad as each other, personally. And I'd rather go with Leon King. The guy's 18, probably 19 now. He's the future of the club, and Ben Davies does not fill me with confidence. I think he's below par personally, and I know there's an argument of, oh well, he looks alright beside Goldson. What's the wet? But what about when Goldson leaves? Or I'm not saying Goldson will probably be here for a decent amount of years, but at the end of the day, I'd rather go with King. King has got like 15 years left. Fuck, probably more than 15 years. Probably closer to 20 years, man. As a footballer. But Ben Davies has not impressed me. I would go with King, right? To me, it's not much of a dialect. I'm not saying get rid of. Well, I mean, I would get rid of Davies, but I don't see how we're recouping $4 million for him. I don't see that. But for me, I would rather play King than Davies, in my personal opinion. I mean, I'd rather play Suter, but I've no faith that Suter's going to be fit, even though he's been alright for injuries recently. Also, latest Rangers director news comes after South America exit. Boom! Reporte, amigo! The exit of Rangers Academy director Craig Mulholland comes amid some interesting comments from outgoing Colombian striker Juan Alegria, football manager, legend. Rangers confirmed the exit of Craig Mulholland on their official website this week, with the director set to leave the club after playing a huge role in the development. Come on, guys, spell it right. The club's high-class youth setup. But Juan Alegria was not pleased with Rangers' treatment. I've seen this for a while. Could this be... See, I actually feel sorry for this guy because he hasn't had a chance. Same with Lovelace. And these players, no wonder, are going to fall... No wonder these players are going to, like, fucking feel like shit and fall out with Rangers, because they must look and be like, there's players that aren't even going to be here next season and I can't even get a sniff. So, honestly, anything this guy says, I think it's justified, man. It is, personally, and he's been treated shite, apparently. It says here, when I joined Rangers, I was playing first team football in Finland and I was put into the B team. Exactly. It says here, Rangers were very disrespectful when he came back for Falkirk. I could imagine that. But also, like, Morelos came from Finland. Look how well Morelos did. So why not give this guy a chance? They've shafted him. They have shafted him, troops. Next up, Rangers' secret weapon in Old Firm transfer battle for Leighton Clarkson. Rangers will need to add legs to the midfield next season, and in Leighton Clarkson, Michael Beale is the edge over Celtic and an Old Firm transfer tug of war. What would the edge be over Celtic? Would it be the fact that Celtic probably don't really want him and we're just going to get him? Could be. A 21-year-old Liverpool loanee, more of that later, is currently flying at Aberdeen and has shown that he can contribute in the Scottish Premiership. 5 goals and 8 assists. His numbers are good as any in the Rangers midfield. We should have the edge because George Gaffer knows only too well what the England youth international is capable of, having looked after him during his time coaching Liverpool's academy. Boom! Oh, that is the power of Michael Beale. Da-da-da. Michael Beale, come on, get Leighton Clarkson in. Great guy. I mean, I'd much rather Leighton Clarkson than Kieran Doyle. I mean, honestly, I've seen you hear people talk about Kieran Doyle. Some people making out that he's great and well, he's gonna add a lot more to our midfield than some other players, and that he'll be a good bench player. Fuck bench player. Rangers need players that are going to lay the smackdown, come in and fucking do some damage. Honestly. Because realistically, right, is Kieran Doyle, when you look at that Rangers midfield, right, is he going to replace any of the people that started in that game? Now, albeit, right, half of the team will probably be gone in the summer, but if we look where he plays, midfield, Raskin, Cantwell, Lundstrom, those sort of people. Now, apparently he can play on the left, so Kieran Doyle. Kieran Doyle does not sound like a player that can play on the left wing to me. Sounds like a guy that's just shite. Anyway, I digress. And into the final bit of news today, we have got ex-Rangers ace Calvin Bassey with his mega 20 million transfer tag being questioned by Wesley Sneijder. This is the same guy that said if he stopped drinking, he'd have been on the level of Messi and Ronaldo. So he clearly must still be on the fucking drink. But apparently, a Premier League club has bid, but Snyder's denying this. But we would be due a hefty sell-on fee if Ajax were to sell him. Hopefully we can get that. It would be very, very good. But anyway, guys, that is it done. Probably back with some more transfer news later. But as for right now, 12:15 on the 3rd of May, there's not an awful lot happening. Of course, next up we've got Aberdeen in the league. It's actually soul-destroying thinking of the league, man. I say thinking of the league as if there's anything else. There's nothing else. Got nothing left, as Ian Beale would say. But aye, with just 5 games that we should be experimenting, playing players that will be here next year, and Kent Morello should be dropped to the fucking reserves. There you go. Boom. Boom, 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 boom.